Hello. How you doing? I think we're about to see Bitcoin test that previous low. I think we might see a $20,000 Bitcoin shortly. A lot of blood on the streets. G'day. I might have to put a little message up because I'm going to be away for a little bit, like about 20 minutes. So I'm going to write a message here saying soon. This is mainly to get the moment on stream, hey? I'll sit here for a little bit. So, wait, let me see if, is there a way to get this larger text? No. Okay, it's all good. Pop that there. There's just a couple of things I have to do, but yeah, I'll be back soon, probably like 20 minutes. But wait a minute, things are falling. Like, I don't want to miss, if it's happening right now, I don't want to miss it. Oh, it's hard. Okay. Let me delete this. This is a moment that we're coming back down to that previous low, which is the blue line that I have here. So it's not far. I'm sure there's a lot of buys happening right now, like people accumulating at this low price. But it hasn't quite hit 20,000 yet. It's close. And another thing I noticed the other day, this pattern here was actually, you could argue, is like some kind of a rising wedge, which is, of course, it's like a bear flag in this scenario because it's coming after a huge downturn, a huge downtrend, right? So it's a beautiful technical setup of either a bear flag or a rising wedge, whichever way you want to look at it. So that's why we're here. That's why we're down. But I'll go back to the chart because we want to see this in action. Is it gonna sustain? I think it's gonna. This might be it. Might be where we test 20k and break down. It feels like it. It's coming down pretty sharp, but you know, check out this. We came close on this pass here, and then randomly, boom, caused an explosion of buying. So yeah, not a bad little bounce for the bulls right here. It came up, what, 8.3%, which is a huge move for Bitcoin. And if you take it all the way to the top, that's almost, yeah, so 14%, we'll call it 14%. Big move up. So yeah, this is a pretty momentous time in Bitcoin's history. We'll go back to the weekly. You can see why. I know I've gone over this a few times on previous streams, but that previous all-time high of $20,000 is about to get tested. Some would argue that it's already being tested because it's in the range, but yeah, if you want to go bang on the dollar, it's likely, I would say it's more likely to come down and test 20,000 than bounce again. I think this is your classic dead cat bounce. You know, people get excited that it's come close to the previous support, so they buy it up and thinking, oh, yep, I've got to catch the bottom here, and it causes a lot of like buying, like a lot of FOMO, and a fair bit of it as well would be the people taking advantage of the dead cat bounce, because it's a move that happens. I, I think I've said multiple times before in the past that if price comes back down near 20,000, expect there to be some kind of a bounce, and we got it. We got this bounce. 14% bounce. That's definitely a big move. That's a huge, you know, reaction of volatility to this crash. So, but the party's over. We're back on trend again to come down. We'll see if there's any kind of reaction off this blue line, because that's the previous low. I don't have a view of the order book. Maybe I'll get that up for you guys just so you can see. Let's have a look. Binance. Let's go to the markets, and we'll go to Bitcoin against Tether, because that's like the highest volume. Ooh, Grade A Music, $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Time to load up, Rick. Now is the time. Over the next year or so, in my opinion, macroeconomics are bad in the United States. 100%. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. This is all natural and expected. Like, this is a healthy part of market cycles. Markets do this in a very simplistic form, right? That's what markets do. People seem to think that just because it's come down that it's dead, like that, oh, the world's ending. It's not. It's just a part of the cycle. It's natural. From a market from the perspective of looking at markets, this is natural. Like, it's not part of the natural world, but it's part of markets. Like, it's the usual expected behavior. Like, there's the good times, the high times, and the low times, and it's rinse and repeat. It's happened for the entire history of markets, so it's nothing to fear. It's pretty easy to get into the mindset, it's a bit of a fallacy that, this dip, this recession is the end of the economy. Like, money's going to disappear. There's not going to be any such thing as money anymore. Like, it's easy to get in that, it's never coming back. So we've seen it before. This time isn't special. Like, it's the same old drill. So don't worry about it. It's just time to accumulate. That's the best thing about it. James, if it ain't quant, I don't want. But another cool one is Fitfi. If you want to look it up, I wouldn't. I don't think you should lose faith in quant. The whole alt market is down. I mean, fundamentally, I don't know what quant's doing, but if it's performed well in the past off its own merits, then like, why can't it do that again, kind of thing. Let me just sort out this order book for you guys so you can see what's going on here. I think I have to go advanced and then turn off a series of views, like the chart. Don't need that. Don't need trades, don't need open orders, don't need placed orders, don't need assets, just order book. Okay, I think I've got it. So we'll put that down the side of the screen. Over here. Oh, it's disappeared on me. There we go. We want it like that, kind of. I'm going to see if I can stretch it a bit. We'll move this around a bit, just so that you can see both happening. Don't worry, I'll make this look a lot prettier. Just have to get the spot. There we go. I used to do this on my streams last year. You can remember that. the order book on the side. And then I think I used to do something else where I put, what did I do? Maybe like the stream. Oh, that's right. It was the Discord chat. I remember now. Well, I'm not in Discord at the moment, so I'll just put in. Yeah, I'll get creative here. Maybe I'll put in the live coin watch statistics so that you can keep a track of what's happening with the big boys, the big girls, whatever you want to call it. Like a live view of the top 5, maybe? Let's make it top 6. It's annoying how the USD stablecoins are in there. Wonder if I can filter them out. 1 second. I'm going to go full screen on this other one. Let's filter out these stables. Letting me. Never mind. Might just stretch the order book the whole distance of the screen. That'll do. So we can see more of it. And I want Bitcoin against Tether. BTC USDT, this one. Okay, now we're in business. So get this a little, I'm just adjusting it now, don't mind me. We want a little bit more chart on the screen than order book. Too far? No, that's okay, that's okay. All right. But what do I see here? I'm gonna just adjust the values so that we're getting the resolution of the orders down to, let's say, $10. So actually we'll bring it back to 50 because I want to see the, yeah, there's the 20k. The 20k buy wall is what's that? Almost $13 million is holding Bitcoin up from going below 20. And I think this is cumulative, these values down the side. Yeah. Or perhaps not. Maybe it's not cumulative, it's just... But anyway, you can see the amount of buys. There's $13 million worth of buys waiting to pick it up at $20,000. We can see what are the other walls. If $20,000 gets broken, there's not another wall until 19.5. Like, there are other orders, but they're not as big. There's a fairly hefty wall of almost 500 Bitcoin at 19k, and you can just see how it staggers down. See how the big even levels are where people place their buys. I mean, there's buys that exist all between them, but the majority get put at the round numbers. So 20K, 19K, 18, 18 and a half. So yeah, 20, 19 and a half, 19, 18 and a half, 18, 17 and a half, 17. Not much at 16 and a half, but definitely a lot at 16. Wow, 15,000. There's more support at $16,000. Sorry, $15,000 than there is at 20,000. So a lot of people are preparing for a dip. And then look at that, 10K, down at 10K, there's 726 Bitcoin waiting to be bought. But can you see, as we go down in price, in value, check it out. It costs less money to buy 726 Bitcoin. It only costs $7.2 million. Whereas just to buy up here, just to buy 650 or a similar amount, it's 15.5 million. So 15.5 million versus half the price, which is, I mean, obviously, right? Because it's 10 versus 20. 10K versus 20K. So you can buy twice as much if it falls to 10K. I know that's obvious, but it's just, yeah, it just really shows as prices fall, your money becomes more powerful. So $1 million goes a lot further when prices go down here. And anyway, let's get back to it. There's not much resistance, is there? Above, let's check out the resistance. Look at that. Like no one's really selling. No one's putting up sell walls. I think the walls only go up if price starts to head up. Like if when the trend changes momentarily, like we had here with the bounce, that's probably when you see the whales start to throw up the big walls, like in the order book, that are impenetrable. Like you can't move through them because it's just too expensive. So with this, with the support, you can see, yeah, people are way more interested, or the whales are more interested in buying at the moment, which is obvious, right? That's what happens when the market dips. You buy the dip. When it rips, you sell the tip. So, or you sell the top. You sell the highs. You buy the lows, and that's why the order book is looking so heavy at the bottom, because we're approaching this historic level of $20,000. All right, I think I've sort of explained all of the obvious things too many times in a row now. So it's pretty much just, let's just watch it, really. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this order book gets eaten up, if it does, if prices do fall. You can see now that there's walls that are starting to grow, as at least at this moment in time, price is stalling at this level. So it's coming close, it's approaching, but it's not quite there yet. People are getting a bit a bit anxious and jumping the gun a bit. They're not being patient, is what I would say. I would wait and see how $20,000 gets treated. You know, it's not a bad idea if you're accumulating. Buying some here is not bad at all. This is a pretty decent price if you look at the history of Bitcoin. Like, if you come back out to the weekly chart, these prices are incredible. Like, it's what percent discount is this? If you were in the market for a brand new TV or a brand new car, and the one you were after went on a 70% discount, you'd buy it, wouldn't you? You'd probably buy that car or TV if it went on 70% discount. So the funny phenomenon with retail market is when the thing they were interested in six to 8 months ago was at all-time highs and they were buying it up, goes on a 70% sale, they're not interested. They're like, nah, I'll come back in the next bull market and I'll participate then when it's all expensive again. It's like it's amazing how that works, and the people that understand that concept take advantage and exploit those people that don't understand markets and don't understand the fact that you take action in the fear, in the red. This is where you buy, this is where you accumulate, right? Same as back here, all the people that were naysayers of crypto, they were having so much fun, you know, talking down about Bitcoin through this part of the market here. And all through here, all this choppy, yeah, like that was, and then, you know, when this happens, they're like, oh, it's just a bubble, it's gonna collapse, you know, like when it's coming up here, they're like, oh, this won't last forever, it's gonna, they just can never get on side with crypto, like, you know what I mean? So anyway, and this, just the rate, you can see the rate at which we've fallen. It's so fast that, you know, the actual, like this moment here, like back here where we bounce and there's this huge tail, this huge wick, that's yet to happen. I mean, there's still 3 days left of this weekly candle. So we could get a huge tail, like it could dip down to, like $15,000 and then start ripping up in the next, you know, before the 3 days is up, before this weekly candle closes, we could get this huge tail. Let me make it red so it's like really demonstrating it. Yeah, we could get like a tail like that. And then maybe the body could even, like this weekly candle could close at $25,000. You don't know, you know, it's just, it could look something like this hammer. You can see that hammer there, that red hammer. This could turn into a giant hammer. So we've still got 3 days, which is a really long time in crypto. Like anything can happen in 3 days. I mean, anything can happen in 3 minutes in crypto. So 3 days is a long time for things to play out. But yeah, let me get rid of that wick because it's not real. it's a bit false. Yeah, so we're here at the moment. And let's go back to the minute chart. It looks like there's a bit of, oh, yep, there's a bit of excitement because we've come down so low. But I don't think it'll last. Just as this didn't last. This little uptick here, let me go back to white so you can see my pen. Yeah, this bounce here was short-lived, and that was kind of, you know, that's fairly natural and normal. Like there's a bit of a resistance line up here, and we've capped out at the same area. Surprise, surprise. It's like charts, they do wild things, but they repeat a lot of behaviors. Like if you get resistance and support, like obvious points of support and resistance, like there's an obvious point of resistance here, and we know that $20,000 was the old all-time high, so there's going to be an obvious area of support around here, which is what we've got. So when price crashed down into this range, it established resistance here. So where did the dead cat bounce finish? In the same range, in that same area as this. So that's why we're stuck in this sort of pinball machine, like where price will bounce. It's established the boundaries of this range, just like it did when we were up at $20,000. Like back up over here. Let me go to the 1 hour chart. So yeah, 30K. We established a high, and it was very difficult to get back up over that high from here. We approached it, and there was too much resistance. Approach it for a third time, fourth time, didn't even get close to the second attempt. Yeah, That's ranges for you. And what else have we got? What else are we dealing with? Like the support. Like, okay, we hit a dramatic low here, but the bottom of that range arguably was more like 28,000, like just around here, where there was more volume. There's more action happening at around that level, so that's why this support here, bit of support there too. But it failed inevitably. And what does that mean for right now? What are we in right now? This is like a... It kind of looks like a bear flag in a way. I guess it's open to interpretation. It's probably still kind of early to draw a pattern on this one, but you know, I do see like a falling wedge or a descending triangle. Let's see, descending triangle like this, which is kind of neutral. It's not, there's not a huge down bias to a descending triangle. If it was a falling wedge, like if it looked something more like this, perhaps. Like if it was doing this would be actually bullish. A falling wedge. But the conditions, or the way that we've entered this, whatever pattern you want to call this, it's so violent and fast. Like it's such a huge fall that it's going to take a lot of sentiment change to bring it and spark it and reignite it so quick. I don't think that's going to happen. But I've been wrong in the past. I think what's going to happen is we're going to keep reattempting at this support until it weakens and weakens, and then eventually it's going to break. You know, it might happen. It might happen here. It might happen over here. You know, it could take time, but I think the sentiment is still very fearful. So yeah, I'm gonna let this go. Let me go to the 5-minute chart perhaps. Or the 15. Yeah, 15-minute, that's fine. And I'll be back. That. And I'll leave it like this for you guys to watch and just watch the order book. Alright, won't be long. All right, I'm back. So we're still waiting for that bottom to get tested again. It's currently the blue line. So for some reason we've pulled up at 20,232 is the low at the moment. The local low. You can sort of see why it's set at that point. It's probably because of this line here. Where that wick came down. Make that a different color. So this wick bouncing off just here out of nowhere is probably causing the support where it currently is. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that long wait there. Elon getting sued? Is he? I don't know. Let me see. I'll have a look. He probably gets sued a lot. This is by Forbes.com. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Tesla sued for $258 billion in alleged Dogecoin pyramid scheme. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Tesla were sued in federal court Thursday over claims that Musk directly manipulated the price of Dogecoin in a deliberate crypto pyramid scheme conducted over Twitter. Plaintiff Keith Johnson, who purchased Dogecoin in 2021, is seeking a class action lawsuit in the Southern District of New York against Musk and his companies SpaceX and Tesla for at least $86 billion in damages. Hey, let me know. Alright, that should start improving now, the stream. Let me know if you can hear me. It's telling me YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. What I might do is end it and start it up again.